in a character like that. It's like a soul main, and it's been working out ever since. I do miss the Petra, though.
Yeah, I was like, he had the Petra, so he's always been about that orb, but, like, so far, like, those boots, like, that's how you know he's really locked in with the Red Raptor, because the boots look just as good as the orb now, when we've always known him to be a very, like, orb-heavy player. Speaking of orb, though, on the other side of things, we got Acno coming through. He's got his orb as well. See what he can do with it, though, on the Nimue crossover.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, you know, especially since Sword has been nerfed, right? I think Orb, in a lot of ways, is probably the weapon that is the most similar to that, right? It has those light attack confirms into a KO option. Ooh, riding out with the motorcycle there from Raydish. But because of that, that's why we're seeing so much more of it, right? Raydish actually just an Orb player, but then, you know, Acno getting edge guarded there by the weapon toss.
Why did that look so funny to me, bro? Like, just the reverse weapon toss right there, covering all that space. He just knocked him just low enough to where he couldn't touch that part of the wall to refresh his jumps. Good start right here to Raydish. Acno, though, gonna have to fight his way back. Raydish looking very good at the beginning of this game.
He is D-Light, not going to connect there. Sidelight, though, almost leading to conversion here. Acno just trying to find a way to convert into more damage on Raydish because it wants to get that stock pretty soon. The weapon tosses are looking pretty good. The side sig so fast. I mean, this, of course, going to be that crossover for Dusk, who has, I'd say, arguably, you know, top 10 sig kit in the game, right? Really strong, really potent, really fast, hard to punish. And the name of the game is the legends that hit like a truck and have these good neutral-focused weapons are the ones that are extremely popular right now. And so, no surprise to me that we're seeing Acno rock the Dusk right now.
Yeah, I mean, definitely one of the more slept-on characters. I just think in general, like Orb and Spear, since being in the game, have really been bad. And so I feel like this character's just never really been in the meta so hard that everyone's playing them. But when I see them on the screen, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
When I start seeing things hit, I'm like, oh yeah, that was very good. This character's got some very good tools attached to them, as well as a weapon kit. But unfortunately, hasn't been able to get much going for him just yet. Tries to get that GC in light, but hard punish right there. I'm not sure if that was the option we should have been going for in that specific situation, with Raydish already having you in the red and able to punish so quickly and effortlessly.
And just like that, I mean, Raydish with a pretty hefty lead here. Acno going to try to bring things back. I mean, that side sig, there it is.
Yep.
Definitely a way to make that happen, but it has to connect, obviously, in order for the results that Acno is looking for. But on the other side, if he does end up swapping over to that Spear, there is that Spear end sig that Java, for example, in the past has made immaculate use of on Dusk. That also KOs extremely early, but there it is, another side signature, maybe even a little bit of extra charge on that second hit from Acno to go ahead and secure the knockout.
Yeah, that's that Dusk tech right there. Because of the first hit having a decent amount of knockback or stun, you are able to get a little bit of charge in there just to make it a little stronger before actually sending it. Hold on. Okay, we're right back down the middle. I mean, as it has felt like Raydish has been kind of controlling the pace of this match. I mean, Acno has definitely not let the match escape him by any means. He might be playing at the same pace as Raydish, but he's still finding his hits here and there.
Yeah, just because of the nature of the way that the orb juggles as well, when both of the characters on the screen have it, there's going to be a tendency for things to feel like they're going in a more vertical direction, because they're going to be chaining nairs and recoveries into each other, and they're going to try to reversal each other, kind of similar to the way that the Chakram mirror match can happen as well. But Acno does find an opening here, almost gets the stock. The weapon throw forces a dodge out of Raydish, but Raydish is able to go low and gets the optimal punish there, and almost has an opportunity there. Doesn't get the nair, but now Acno throwing away his own weapon, giving Raydish a chance to potentially starve him. And Raydish doesn't actually opt to go for it. Instead says, I'm just going to beat you in neutral regardless. Beautiful double sidelight Sayer here. An opportunity to push Acno to the corner. Another Sayer. He burns a lot of options here. Has a recovery. Does the exhausted version. And I guess just like that is able to turn things around. Forces Raydish to fastball low. And then he gets around Acno somehow. Acno has no weapon.
Oh, okay. Raydish throwing away his weapon as well, too. All weapons off the score. What?
Oh,
I can't believe he's able to pick that back up.
Got the Magna hands on that, and he's just harpooning him with these weapon throws. Another weapon throw, just throwing it away and picking it back up over and over. Raydish has the orb now. Sidelight Sayer is all he needs to close things out, and of course has that signature kit on Red Raptor as well. The unarmed recovery is almost enough from Acno. Throws the weapon up, trying to bait Raydish. Just not going to work. It's a final hit game, and the side air is going to be found by Acno, who's able to secure game one over Raydish, but that was as close as the game can go.
I feel as though Raydish just did not want to pull the trigger at all on anything in those last 5 seconds, or 10 seconds maybe. Two different recoveries where he was under Acno. Could have tried to recover himself. Just like, nah, I'm good. Not even trying to jump up and get like a neutral air or anything like that. Just, I'm chilling. I'm going to wait till you get back down to the ground. Acno, even when he whiffs, did not look scared on the way down either, so you weren't getting that air dodge out of him. So he was just able to play whatever game he wanted. He was allowed to be a little more reckless at the end because Raydish just would not challenge him.
And there was also an opportunity there for Raydish to go for a D-like gravity cancel unarmed neutral signature, but instead went for the recovery. And I don't know that it would have mattered in that instance if it would have been the difference between it KOing and not, but you can tell that there's a little bit of hesitation perhaps because he didn't opt to go for what would many consider the optimal punish in that situation. So just something to keep in the back of his head there as we're going into game number 2, but all things considered, extremely close game. When you're looking at the damage dealt versus the damage taken from Acno, that was a game that was about 2 hits of difference, right? That's a sidelight sayer of difference, realistically speaking, between the amount of damage they were able to deal to each other. So game 2, I'm sure, is going to be equally as close.
Okay, here we are in to our second game, though. Yeah, definitely, I was very surprised at the ending, I'd say, of that match being that we had a very hard start there from Raydish, but yeah, Acno just able to get right back into the mix, and then Raydish not really the most daring at the end, allowing Acno to kind of steal that game away from him, though. Looking pretty daring at the beginning of this game, though. Already hit a down 6 flourish right there, right at the beginning of this game. Unfortunately, though, way up at the top. Oh, he's running out of resources. I like that idea from Acno, though, and he is still on the offensive.
Okay, and Raydish is like, let me get my punish, I'm going to get my nair, I can't get much more than that, and I'm going to get out. But at this point, I mean, Acno has pretty much lapped Raydish in damage. Raydish recognizes no dodge on Acno, goes for the 3-piece, and the N-Sig is so potent. I mean, there was a huge damage deficit to make up for there, but finding that N-Sig was absolutely what Raydish needed.
Yeah, absolutely, but unfortunately, though, Acno going to come back on right off the soft platform, too, getting the recovery, sending him packing. We're right back to an even game. About to get custom combo with that weapon toss, but only takes a little bit of extra damage because of that. Ooh.
Okay. Like this side light sayer goes for the downer follow-up as well. Raydish on the boots. Just kind of looking at Acno here, jumping a little bit, trying to bait out some attack, but being ever patient. And Acno responding with patience of his own, trying to throw out one of his safest aerials, that down air, but Raydish is still able to punish it.
Like that weapon toss right there to also get another weapon in hand.
Catch. Oh, exhausted recovery. Not going to have enough juice on it.
Yeah, also, it looked like he waited that one out, too, just to make sure Acno, or if he's going to try to dodge or do a dodge in place, he's going to catch it. He did. Acno. Second stock not looking so good for right now. Raydish, though, only needs one. Wait. Okay, but almost got a crazy turnaround. That second dare was about to send him into the trenches for sure.
And a nice patience from Raydish. Tries to just kind of bounce that orb off the corner there to see if he can catch Acno on the way up. Doesn't work. But the Sayer just going to be straight up enough on his own. So now, I mean, he's feeling pretty good about the way things are going. I mean, Raydish, very healthy lead, all things considered. I mean, Acno has the ability to kind of make a big play. I mean, we were talking about just the potency of some of Dusk's signatures, right? We haven't seen one yet today, but if he's able to get a down signature on Orb, that one sends you at an abysmal angle. And so maybe that can be something he can use in his pocket to go ahead and try to fight back against Raydish, but Raydish recovering high is not going to make that an easy option to use.
Oop. Okay, Acno. My man is trying to get all the way to the other side. Managed to find out. Okay, I like that weight right there this time around from Raydish. Seeing the side Acno's going to land on. Acno's starting to throw out a lot more of these SIGs. Nothing really connected just yet, though. Oh, birds up. Nobody home, though.
Hey, manages to get over the recovery there. Tries to slide into the DMs, but that one's not going to work. Manages to go ahead and pick up a pair of boots. And now we're right back in the thick of it here. I mean, Acno on the back foot. Raydish, all things considered, does not have to approach, but is making the choice to do so anyway, despite the fact that he has the lead. Send a statement, and honestly, to not ruin your own flow, because a lot of the times, like, that recovery's not going to be enough. I respect it, though, so try to hit that N-Sig, send him to the top.
Okay. All right, we end up getting stock, and we are hurting, but, like, not so technically done just yet off any hit. I mean, a SIG at the side will definitely take him out, but he's got a little bit of room to work with. Maybe not so much anymore. Yeah, if he gets hit by another, any type of combination, downlight recovery should be able to do it. Downlight side air should be able to do it. Could be a real problem. Uh-oh.
Yeah, even an N-Light in the corner, you saw Raydish trying to go for that one. There's just a raw recovery, able to catch Acno on the way down. That's going to be Raydish securing game number 2. And I felt really good about that game number 2, right? Yeah. Game number 1, you know, was pretty haphazard. They did roughly the same amount of damage to each other, and then we're kind of fishing for the final KO hit. This time around, I mean, very slow but methodical play from Raydish is able to get him a pretty convincing victory, I'd say.
I mean, it looks like he was able to catch on to a lot of the habits of Acno just to get some big plays there, too. I mean, that's a super huge catch if you're able to get a read with your insig for that stock that early. Which is smart. Good catch on the recovery as well, too. So good games, all things considered there for Raydish. As we get into our third game, see what we get this time around, the flex game, if you will, between Acno and Raydish. Now, first, all these games so far, though, have been very close. That one not as close as the first one, but it still was the last stock situation. So.
Yeah, and it's really tough going up against Raydish with a lead as well, because I think Raydish just plays in such a manner that, like, you know, if you are forced to play Raydish's game, it just ends up being a really tough time for you. A lot of players crumble from that position. Always feels more comfortable in general to play with the lead, but especially against a player like Raydish where, you know, if you're forced to play the lead, you know, his offense can feel a little bit rougher. But this time around, on the back foot, Acno starting off with a lot of oomph, and Raydish trying to bait out some of these dodges, runs into that orb recovery there. I actually thought that, you know, maybe it was over, maybe I'll be able to go ahead and get a punish, but that was not the case. The active frames just proving to be way too juicy in that situation. Oh, juggle here as well, the recovery, not quite going to connect. What's the answer here going to be from Raydish, man? I mean, he had a really good game too, but suddenly game 3, it looks like Acno's made the adjustments.
Yeah, no, so far, okay, finally gets himself punished, but got to turn this to a stock if he wants to make sure he can stop the bleeding right now. Dancing around each other, gets the side air, goes way out there for another one. Oh, I like that. Return fire, and tries to step on him. Love the idea as well, but Acno very smart on his recovery.
Yeah, Raydish just a little bit early with the down sig, I think, but that's going to be fine. Is able to secure the knockout as well, only in roughly the yellow here, so all things considered, not too much damage taken. Going to go ahead and try to bring this back as Acno swings with that side air. Raydish trying to counter punch, but I mean, you're going to have to hit a little bit harder to go ahead and bring things back here. That side air goes unanswered though, and that's a good win for Raydish. Another unanswered side air, a down air as well. That's 3 hits now that Acno has not been able to return to Raydish. Oh, we're playing Raydish's game again.
Yes, sir. Like, hold up. Like, let's go ahead and sit back real quick. Acno, not really sure exactly how to get in there just yet, but still looking for some of these side stigs. None of them really being able to register the way he's wanted, at least like the raw way. Now an in stig. I like the idea, though. Acno has, Raydish has been jumping up the corner a lot. Maybe a dash back in stig would have worked. Unarmed neutral light almost taking him out. That's how you know he's hurting.
Yeah, I mean, great response from Acno to throw out the weapon and then cover the dodge through the weapon with an unarmed air. Just a little bit unfortunate that it wasn't enough to knock out, but Raydish just went for a slide charge down sig. Really tried to scare Acno there, but he didn't bite, so got to give props to Acno's defense. Raydish still, I mean, at this point, he's already done what he needed to, right? I mean, the damage count is even. He's going to lose the stock here, but he's going to come back, pick up an orb, and go for side lights air, or if he manages to, you know, pick up a pair of boots, it'll be a D-light recovery as well. So it doesn't really matter at this point. There's the boots. He just has to find the opening.
Raydish, though, so far, yeah, he's been definitely behind pretty much the entirety of this third game. So even if he does get the stock right now, he's going to have to kind of really make a lot of this back up. Does manage to find that stock left side with the side air. Same situation we saw from the from the second stocks, actually. He's right in that yellow, so something he can get back very quickly. But it's all about not getting hit himself.
Oh, I don't even think he realized that side that was going to hit. It was the tail end of it. Didn't go for the conversion, but able to get some hits now. And just like that, getting up the damage. Another side air. Raydish starting to get momentum, and that's where things get tricky because you're so used to him kind of playing on the back foot a little bit that when he changes gears, you're like, wait, this is not the tempo that I was used to. And just like that, now he's like, all right, I'm going to go back to my corner. I'm going to wait it out. You know, I'm sitting in the lazy river right now.
Uh-oh.
But then when the current comes in, Acno better be ready.
Acno, yeah, like, you know, Acno, I feel like I saw him jogging for position to go for that the entire time. Nothing thrown out in those last 5 seconds. Just waiting for Raydish to use all the options, have to land, and immediately calls him out on what side he was going to with that side sig. Good stuff to Acno. We're going to be able to see it in this replay, but that's exactly what I was about to say. I was like, he's looking for that sig for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be able to see it on that replay for the final stock, which should be right here. You can see Acno kind of dashing around, and then comes right in and says, yep, that's where I needed you to be in order to go ahead and connect these hitboxes. Acno dealing 560 damage in that game and taking 455. So, you know, kind of lapping Raydish by about 100 damage, which is, you know, pretty good all things considered. Still a close game, but not nearly as close as kind of that game 1 was. So for game number 4 here, Raydish hasn't been able to control the tempo as much as he would like, and Acno really able to find the SIGs when they matter, right? I think that's 2 different stocks he's been able to get with that side SIG throughout the course of the set, and like, that makes a difference, right? I mean, Raydish, on the other hand, was able to get a KO with the boots and SIG, was able to land, I believe, an orb side SIG at some point earlier in the set. It didn't lead to a knockout. He's gone for these down signatures, but they haven't been connecting either. And we just need one of them to hit, right? And that'll be the swing for Raydish.
Neutral SIG or down SIG, one of them, something. He has definitely been bringing the bird out, but the bird has not been able to connect with any of these hits just yet. But it's all good. I mean, he's able to now this time around start off with a lead. I think in that last game, he legitimately was just behind the whole game.
Yeah.
Like, he lost the first stock, he got stock back, but he's always in yellow when he got it back, and then Acno just really never got behind him. Currently, though, this is a very hot start here for Raydish, as he's only in the orange on his first stock, and he's starting to really add up this damage here on Acno, too. He's about to lap him. If he can get another combination, there it is, he's lapped. And another one.
What I love about Raydish, man, just like that, Acno out the building. You know, a lot of people, I think, can sometimes discredit the way Raydish plays Brawlhalla, but like, he is someone who is like, he's able to switch up the flow. You know what I mean? He's not like the baby. Like, he has a different flow on every song that comes out.
He said, when are you going to switch the flow? I thought you never asked, but he actually does switch it this time.
Exactly.
And I appreciate that about Raydish.
You know, it's that. Oh my gosh. Oh man, imagine if he was able to go ahead and get that recovery off the top that high. It for certainly would have KO'd in the orange, but now Raydish gonna lose that stock, throws out an NSIG just in case Acno comes over there. If he's able to hit him, he's gonna be able to get a chase dodge off of that and get back to the stage. But I mean, Raydish pretty much at this point feels like this game 4 is secured. Hopefully he doesn't get too big for his britches, but I'm pretty confident that we're going to game number 5.
Yeah, I can't imagine him doing, unless he just goes for like the craziest ground pound right now and gets hard punished. I cannot imagine him losing this stock before this game is over. And he will not, as he immediately finds the heavy right there to go ahead and take that stock. Good stuff to Raydish, getting us to a game 5. It was looking a little scary at the end of that game 4, but as soon as this, at the end of that game 3, but as soon as game 4 started, it looks like he was just right back in the driver's seat.
Yeah, I mean, I think you called it out really well, right? Raydish with a lead, clearly, it's just so much more comfortable. Acno had a much tougher time dealing with that, and I think Raydish also just played way more confidently when he had the lead. When he falls behind a little bit, it feels like not necessarily that he's second-guessing himself, but more so that I think he's trying to be more precise, and being more precise, I think, translates to his gameplay in a manner that says, I need to take more time to make decisions. And because it can end up that way, you know, the more time you take in a game like Brawlhalla, or really any sort of combative game, right? It means the person who's making decisions first, even if they're not the right decisions, often can come out on top. And so that's something Raydish is going to have to consider as he goes into game 5. If I'm him, just simply based off of what I just saw, I'm just trying to make sure I get that lead first, and I'm trying to hold it. Yeah.
So now we got into this game 5 right now. Acno gonna have to really answer back, because I think that was the most dominant win we've had so far in this set, as far as like the between them. I know he had a pretty good dominant third game, but it was still 1 stock. This time you get 2 stock, very low damage there on to Raydish. So you gotta feel like the momentum is definitely on the side of Raydish right now. We'll see what happens as we get into our 5th game. Where are we headed?
Game 5.
Game 5. Okay, Demon Island, let's go. It's all scraps right now, and we gotta swap the character to Diana now. Okay.
Okay, I respect it. I mean, Blaster's so good right now, and I think there's something about, you know, playing a mirror of any weapon that can feel kind of taxing over a while. And so you're like, you know what, I need something fresh, but is this the answer that Acno needed? So far, Raydish has been able to zone break with so much ease, but here's an opportunity for Acno. Goes off stage, and also Diana on a stage like Demon Island. Oh my gosh, almost got caught by that ground pound. But her SIGs are going to KO you real early here. You don't have much wall to work with, and you get the side SIG on either weapon, really. Down SIG as well. It's going to be a problem.
She's got very good reversal SIGs, and then she's got true combo SIGs as well, too, if you end up getting that dodge burn. with the bow, but I just don't know if we're going to be able to get that right now. Super hot start again for Raydish. Acno on the blasters, yeah, didn't look so great, so he's now swapping over to the bow. The bow's getting a little more work done right now, though.
Hey, yeah, and I mean, Diana looking all right. I mean, kind of more known as like a Balloon Boy Classic here. But we're going to see Acno piloting it. There you go, double recovery. Not going to be enough to KO. I mean, the bow recovery historically, and very infamously known for not really knocking out at damage ranges that people would like. But that's just kind of one of the things about the weapon. For being a neutral monster, that's one of the detriments to it. It takes a little bit longer to knock out, but just runs up into his face and gravity cancel down signatures. It's not enough to KO. Going to bounce off the stage, get that reduced knockback, but Acno sending some sort of statement there. I'm not exactly sure what it says, though.
I mean, look, it said I will just do it, bro. he does go Nike with it real quick, but I just don't know if that's going to matter too much right now. Yeah, getting kicked straight up off that stage. With the blasters, yeah, I think it's really the bow that's going to be able to carry him to a victory here, if anything. The blasters have not really shown me that he's like using them to the greatest of degree just yet. But that bow ends up getting him a stock as well, too. I think he got almost all of his damage off that bow, really. And it decides to stay with it. Yeah, here we go.
All right, and Raydish just looking for a weapon. Manages to dodge around. Acno's going to have those boots here. Throwing them away. I think he wants the orb. And wow, the perfect spawn timing, I thought. But Acno was actually able to go ahead and starve Raydish out. And he's going to be able to do it again here. No, not this time around. So Raydish has his orb. This is his neutral comfort weapon here. And hopefully that'll help him stay toe-to-toe with Acno as Acno backing up. And the thing about that bow as well, now Acno has so much control of the ground, right? You have that sidelight, you have that downlight for your burst option as well, and so good at catching landings. And then if you force Raydish to play floaty like he is now, that N-Sig suddenly becomes much more potent of a threat. And let's not even forget about the neutral airs and the recoveries for juggle options.
Make his way back down to the stage. Finally does it, though. But yeah, I mean, this game is starting to slow down a little bit to the crossfire as like the damage until we get that nice little three-piece here from Raydish. Does get the unarmed, too, and I think the next weapon that Acno will pick up will be the blasters, which, again, not really been able to show up just yet. Okay, true combo, side light, side air. Starting to get some hits here, like to see it.
Okay, and Acno, you know, once again on the blasters, haven't seen too much of it yet in this game, but you know, it's going to require a higher amount of dexterity. I keep mentioning that because you're not really allowed to miss. You miss like a downlight right now, you lose your stock, but it doesn't matter. Raydish is able to find the side air anyway and is one stock away from being able to win this set and sending Acno into the elimination side of bracket.
Oh, yoink. Long, yeah, get him out of here. Yeet. Like, get that man out of here for sure. Yeah, just getting slammed. That's what I mean, though. Diana has very good reversal signatures. My back's to the corner, but actually, no, it's you that's going to be losing that stock. Okay. Oh, that would have been, he would have stole the game. The game was absolutely over if he had found that neutral sig. I love the fact that we even went for it. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Every time he presses that button, my heart stops.
Yeah.
You know, I can already see how it ends. Tries to go for the N-Sig there, but ends up getting reversal by Acno on the way down. They're both going to refresh all of their abilities here by touching the floor, but it looks like Raydish a little bit on the back foot.
He's something about him and crumbling on this last stock in this last stock situation. Hopefully it's not happening again. He's jumping out the corner too. I feel like he's going to get red.
The SIGs are so scary at this point. Last stock versus Diana, you can't not constantly be thinking about them, but he gets the punish here, gets the falling side, or you can tell they're both getting a little bit nervous. They want it so bad. Oh, if Raydish had came in with a sidelight, he would have been caught by that down signature there. Good job by him for not pulling the trigger, but Acno still in a very good spot to take this game. A D-light recovery should be enough. Goes for a weapon throw and gets the Sair. It's misdirection. The side air is going to knock out Raydish, and Acno is able to sneak that set win by confusing Raydish by throwing that weapon up and saying, hey, did you expect this? And Raydish was like, bro, whoa, what just happened to me?
He said, what is he doing with that in the skies? Honestly, he literally shut him off from coming back to the middle of the stage, too. That was the perfect weapon to throw. It's a wide weapon. It spins.